All right, YouTube, it is Mr. Mean coming at you again. Today's video du jour, again, the last in a series by The Red Room. Oh my God, this thing's a tome. Savage Swords. This is the one I've been waiting for. This is a game, boys and girls. A sword and sorcery game by The Red Room. So this bad boy is softback. You can get it in hardback. Several different places: Amazon, Lulu, itch.io. Miguel Ribeiro and Mark Brooks, with additional writings by Sylvia Clemente. Miguel did the layout. Derek Stevens did the cover art, which I think is a banger. There's a comic in here. Comic and interior art is by Chris Villarosa. Yeah, and there's also a world map in here, which is also done by Chris Villarosa. A lot of stock art from Pre-Pick and Jeremy Hart. Some artwork is copyright 2015 by Steve Miller. Used under license. Dean Spencer as well, with permission, all rights reserved. This, kiddos, oh, this is a fantasy game. I'm going to tell you right now, if you're a Conan fan or you like brutal games, this is it. This does use the OSR light setting mechanic, so it's a 1d20 with damage, low hit points, high damage values. This is a banger, boys and girls. I love the cover art, though. That just screams. Oh, it's really well done. I like the art, and I mean, you can see this bad boy is a tome. We're coming in at 639 pages, black and white and color art. Let me see if I can find a good color plate. There's a couple cool pieces of art in here that you will like. Some of it is stock art, like, from Free Pick or whatever, but he did have some artists, do some work in here, and they were properly compensated. Oh, this is a stock piece of art. I've seen it in other games, but it's solid. Look at that. That screams barbarian right there. Celts, Conan, whatever. But yeah, along those lines, if you're a Conan fan, if you're sword and sorcery, if you want something a little more brutal than D&D or Pathfinder and not as crunchy, this is the way to go. Again, 639 pages. The thing that caught my eye is naval combat. There is naval combat in here. There are domain rules, so you can become King Conan. There's a fear and madness for your morality and sanity, which is always cool. A bunch of random encounters and adversaries. 92 pages about the world. This thing is chock full of information for the player. There is also a intro adventure, March of the Damned. There's 18 pages of appendices. There we go. 18 pages. That's a wealth of charts and information for you. And then there's also a world map on the very back, which I kind of quite dug myself. Let me see if I can find it here real quick without breaking my neck. I think it's right before the appendices. This is March of the Damned is the adventure. Maybe it's at the end of the adventure. I should have bookmarked it. That's my fault. Oh, there it is. And it's a hex map too, which is awesome. So there you go. Lots of good information there. This is a banger, guys. I mean, if you like OSR style games, old school Renaissance, not heavy mechanics. We're not trying to reinvent the wheel here. OSR rules work. 3d6 for your attributes. Go down the line. Off you go. Make your character. Roll your hit points. Let's go. Pick a couple skills. Pick a perk or a flaw, and you are solid. Nobility titles, society and power, religion and mysticism. All the cities. There's a world guide in here. All the different races, of the time. This is low fantasy, meaning You're not going to be slinging, fireballs. There is magic. There is mysticism. There is making magic items, which, that right there, it's worth it. If you're an OSR fan and you want to bring in making magic items to your D&D game, but you don't want all the complicatedness, steal it from here. It's really good. Very simple. Decide what abilities you want your magic weapon to have. The thing about magic weapons in this game, as opposed to like D&D and Pathfinder, there's no charges. It's permanent because damage is lethal in this game. A fighter can take on a thug, but if the thug gets a lucky strike in, or you don't pick your battles properly and you choose a bad environment to have a combat, and you trip and fall on a rock, that rogue or that bandit could get the spear stab in and kill you. And it's high damage, low hit points. It reminds me a little bit of Tales of Argosa in that aspect, that this is a lethal game. We're not playing here basic role playing, Mithras. This, you're gonna die. You're gonna go through characters. You're gonna die if you're not smart. If you don't use tactics, fight on your terms, it could end very bad for your character. So it's a great setting. It is basically, I'm not gonna lie, this gives me Conan, by Modifius 2D20 vibes through and through, but it's done really well with the OSR mechanics. The art is appropriate and thematic. The rules and the mechanics seem to fit the genre. Like I said, I've already gushed about the magic system and creating magical items and swords and weapons, and they're permanent. These things are made to be used. A lot of times, like in D&D, players don't feel very empowered, even though they might get a +1 magic sword. It's just a +1 magic sword. In this, you can give it some flavor. You can give it some panache. I like that. I like that a lot. You're not going to be slinging huge fireballs in this, but you are going to be able to cast magic. There's a plethora of animals and monsters and adversaries in here. This book is stacked. And again, this is the only book you need. You don't need a player's guide, a bestiary, a DM guide. It's all in here. Now, you're not going to find a whole lot on like GMing. It doesn't go. This game's kind of already assuming you know how to GM, you know how to play. I'm not going to say it's not new GM friendly, but it's not going to hold your hand. I didn't see in my flipping through and the brief reading that I did, I didn't see a section on like GMing that held your hand and told you use the X card or anything like that. They don't go into all of that. There's an experience section. It's about 5 pages long. Random generators, carousing, rules for carousing. Yes. Mass combat, domain rules, fear and madness, magic, alchemy, divination, random generators, adversaries, the world of savage swords, a history of suffering. Yes, it's that kind of world, people. There's no GM section in here. March of the Damned is an introductory adventure. It's about 10 pages long. Of the world map, and then the kingdom and major cities in the character sheet. Character sheet's very similar to the other 3 games I showed you, just a little more thematic to sword and sorcery or savage swords. I don't want anyone to make the mistake because you see savage swords and you might think, oh, Savage Worlds. No, this has nothing to do with Savage Worlds by Pinnacle Entertainment. This is its own game by the Red Room. If you're a fan of Conan, if you're a fan of Solomon Kane, if you're a fan of Warhammer, the old world, or Warhammer fantasy roleplay, this is up your alley. You're going to like this. A nice plethora of information about the world, plenty of monsters and creatures for you to deal with. The introductory adventure is pretty statted out really well. Guys, I can babble on about this, but buy the book. I think you're going to be happily. You're going to be happy with your purchase. We got a world map. I don't know. On the back here, the world of Savage Swords is a brutal realm of sword and sorcery, intrigue, and survival. This is a harsh, low fantasy land where blood soaks the sand of ancient arenas and their night hides unspeakable horrors. Harsh landscapes from desolate wastelands to dense, steaming jungles challenge even the hardiest souls. Warlords carve out petty kingdoms amid the ruins of old empires, while powerful aristocrats scheme for their court. Across the world, once great civilizations stand on the brink of collapse, and each day is a fight to see the next sunrise. In Savage Swords, you take the role of those who dare to defy this world's cruelty. Player characters are hardened warriors, cunning rogues, mysterious spellcasters, or priests of forgotten gods, all struggling to endure where only the strong and clever survive. This is a banger, guys. I mean, this is, again, like all of the previous games that I've mentioned, this is a complete game. You've got a whole world in here there's cities, there's populations, there's NPCs, there's plenty of random charts. You could do a lot worse with a lot of other games, buying it and then having to buy 3 other books at $70 a pop. And you spend a one time and you've got hours and hours of campaign and adventure just in this one book alone. This is staying in my collection. I'm not getting rid of this one. I'm keeping this one, baby. So as always, a big shout out to the Red Room, to Miguel and Sylvia for thinking of me. They're an indie publisher, the Red Room. If you haven't checked out their stuff, go check it out. He's got a plethora of small indie press games. They're all pretty good. I've reviewed a number of his games, and I've liked them all. They all have different draws and aesthetics that I really enjoy, and this is no different. This is I'm not going to lie, this is a Conan the Barbarian clone. This is a Modiphius 2D20 clone, but using the OSR light rules in a different world setting. I mean, file off the serial numbers. You can play Conan in this. You can play Solomon Kane. You can play Warhammer. Your sky's the limit. You've got a full world in here. You've got a starting adventure to kind of help you learn the tone and the feel of the game. The mechanics are but simple. 1d20 equal or exceed the target number that the GM sets or the AC of the person you're trying to whack. And you succeed and then roll damage. It's cut and dry. There's not a lot of complicated rules here. It is quick. It is fast. It is easy. It is brutal. And it does what it says on the tin. And I think that's important. So if you haven't checked out any of the games by the Red Room, I highly, highly, highly recommend you go check out a couple of the games. You could do a lot worse out there, kiddos. This is a fun game, I think. Let me know if you have it, if you've picked it up, if you've played it. Let me know. If you've done a live play and you recorded it and put it on YouTube, send me a link. I want to watch it. I'm pretty impressed with this. It's simple, elegant, fast. It's just what you want in a sword and sorcery game. This doesn't candy coat anything. You're going to go through a couple characters until you find your stride. You make poor decisions, you're going to die poorly. But that can be a lot of fun, man. My group would love this because it is a kick in the door, kill the monsters, take their shit, and my players love that. So this is going to be a Saturday night when I don't have an adventure ready and they want to play. I'm going to run Savage Swords. So as always, in the future, like and subscribe, help the channel grow, support me on Ko-Fi, Patreon, $5 a month, get you giveaways. When I have extra books and stuff, I send them out every so often. At least once a year, I send out stickers and magnets to my Patreons. So, just a little bit to give back for you guys helping me. Check out my subsidiary or my secondary channel, Mr. Mean Paints. I just got a new camera. It'll be here tomorrow. And I'm going to be looking forward to setting that up and start streaming some miniature painting. As always, like and subscribe. Thank you guys so much for helping the channel, being a member of this crazy little world that I've created. Thank you so much. As always, peace and hair grease. And remember, as always, be nice.